The man was on his way home, discovered a strange thing. He found a woman crawling out of a side grave. And what's even weirder, other graves were also crawling out. As soon as he saw this, he called the police. Soon after, the police came to the scene. He went to the woman and asked her, why was she in the graveyard at night? But the woman was also confused. She didn't know why she was here. But at that moment, David noticed another man. Another naked man appeared. David called for backup in the face of this succession of appearances. Soon the police car was filled with men and women covered in mud. David thought for a moment that they must have taken drugs, so he took them all to a clinic in town. But at the clinic, after a doctor's examination, he found that they were not high on drugs. Their health was normal. But when David was about to question them in detail, he realized that one of the women looked exactly like his dead wife. David was shocked. He went up to the woman and touched the woman's cheek. But the sight of the woman, alive and well, startled David. And then the woman remembered David's name in a trance. But David's astonished expression confused the doctor. David took out his wallet. He took out his wallet and showed the doctor a photo of his wife. His wife had been dead for 2 years. But the doctor saw that the two were the same person. At that moment, the curious woman snatched the photo from David's hand. And the moment she saw the photo, the woman immediately recalled the time when her husband took the photo of her. Now the woman remembered the man in front of her. But David couldn't believe what he saw. In order to find out the truth, David immediately took the woman to his wife's grave. But when he arrived at the cemetery, David was dumbfounded. He found nothing in his wife's grave. And the moment he saw the grave, the woman remembered the moment she climbed out of the grave. Both of them were dumbfounded. But David was sad and happy to find his wife again. It turned out that after his wife's death, David got married again. And now his wife is pregnant. David did not know how to face the two wives at once. He had no choice but to hide it. But paper can't hold fire after all. That day, despite David's opposition, his wife, she brought her best friend, who had been resurrected together, to his house. In front of the door, she familiarly touched the key to open the door in the beam. But when she entered the room, she found that the layout of the house had changed. In the bedroom, she wanted to change her clothes. But she found that none of the women's clothes on the hangers were hers. In the cupboards and drawers, the same was true. A bad feeling came over her. As soon as the woman came out of the bedroom, she found her husband's wedding photo with his best friend on the cupboard. The woman was in complete despair. But at that moment, her best friend came home to buy groceries. When they heard the noise, they hurriedly slipped out the back door. But then her best friend found the key missing from the beam, so she pushed the door and it opened.